There are so many words I can use to describe Bob Johnson. Professionalism, well-educated, stature. I want to focus on stature. Now, Bob was a big man, but I'm talking about stature in our community, in his profession, among his peers. When Bob Johnson made an entrance, whether it be into a studio or onto a stage or just walking into a restaurant, he had command of the room. Men looked on in awe, and women just looked. We all knew we were in the presence of someone special. The first time I actually got to spend any real time with Bob was in the back seat of a car. We were among some members of the media being driven to the World's Fair in Knoxville. Now, I was a mere disc jockey in the presence of this great anchorman. But to my surprise, he was kind of shy and soft-spoken. He loosened up after a little while, and we shared our mutual stories of starting out at small radio stations. He told me how he and his teenage buddies in Marietta, Georgia, got a one-tube radio transmitter, hooked it up to a turntable, and started playing records. The only people who could hear him on the radio were his close neighbors, but that didn't matter. He was broadcasting, and he got really good at it at a very young age. When I told one of my radio pals I'd been hanging out with Bob Johnson, he said, "Wow, what's he really like?" I said, it's like someone took equal parts of Clark Gable and Burt Reynolds and then created the perfect anchorman with class, charm, brains, wit, and personality. Bob had it all. And these last few years had to be hard for Bob. Parkinson's robbed him of his microphone, his strong voice, and his mobility. I'm so glad we were able to spend a little time with him at our annual radio reunions, where every single person walked up to Bob every year to tell him how much he had meant to them. We all had stories of how he had informed us and influenced us, and we meant every word of it. He was always so humble, modest, and appreciative. As a competitor, I was honored to have him on the other channel because he forced us to be better. Thank you, Bob, for being a friend and for being a positive force in our lives.